Hi, everybody, and welcome to GameGo's podcast, a podcast where we talk about video games and whatever else we feel like talking about. I am H8BitHero.
And I'm Sonorith.
And we're glad that you're here listening.
Yes, we are. And it's actually not too busy this week as far as news goes, but we are going to be reviewing Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battles.
Mario plus Rabbids? Thank you.
All right, and The Evil Within, which you cannot find fault with the way I said that title. But first, let's jump into the...
I still don't like the voice it came with.
Miscellaneous news. Death Note came out on Netflix. Not everybody's happy with it.
Not anybody.
Except for Sonorith, apparently.
Look into your heart.
I know it's true that I like it. Full disclaimer, though, I like a lot of like alternate reality stuff in like comic books, like DC. I like seeing a Green Lantern that is actually just a magic knight. So it's easier for me to kind of dissociate this from the source material and see it just as a standalone experience. So if you were expecting it to be anything like the manga or the anime, which are fairly lengthy and it would be hard to cram these into a 1.5 hour movie, roughly, you're going to be disappointed.
I feel like if people were expecting that, they really should have expected just a chunk.
Yeah.
Not an entire story being delivered.
Which honestly, as a miniseries, it probably could have done a lot better.
Okay.
But as a movie, I think... Basically, the guy took the concept of the Death Note, and he took some of the characters, not even necessarily the personalities, and he just ran with it on his own. And it kind of works as its own thing, but like I said, if you're expecting it to be anything like the anime or the manga, the Ryuk is still there, that's Willem Dafoe, and he's probably like one of the better parts of the movie. The girl Misa from the anime manga is now Mia. Light is still there, he's not the cold calculating like psychopath that he is in the manga. Which I think makes him more relatable because that was cool back then, and now it just kind of seems like, okay, kid, like, yeah, you can kill like hundreds of criminals without any remorse. Okay. It just doesn't seem as believable, I think. Although now with the internet being the way it is, maybe it is. I don't know. I
think I could still dive into this whole thing and maybe be safe. I never got into it before, but yeah my like one experience with it is. Late night, one night, I was just scrolling through my my just freaking satellite box, all the channels on there.
Yeah, the guide.
And I'm looking through and I see it. It's right there. It's just it's a marathon. I'll give it a watch, whatever. Random episode. I click into it, and then it turns out it's the final episode.
That's a good place to jump into.
So that's like the extent of my Death Note knowledge. I know there was a live-action movie, too, right? Not just a Netflix one?
I believe it was a pair of movies, and I think also those were not very good. There we go,
yeah, and nobody liked those.
Just keep an open mind. If you don't expect it to be like the anime or the manga. Like I said, it's not. But as its own, like, separate thing, I think somebody compared it to, like, John Hughes meets Death Note.
Okay.
I think that's a lot closer to probably the director's intention. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I enjoyed it. And we enjoyed DuckTales. That's back.
DuckTales, woo!
Yeah, that was actually really entertaining, very funny.
It got me laughing a lot. Like, there were just... It had a lot of good, different types of laugh. I was talking to you while we were watching it. I noticed everybody seems super one-dimensional, which is to be expected for what is kind of like, going to be a kids' show or a kids-friendly show.
Yeah.
But it's got already a pretty wide ensemble. The cast, so it's like they feel one-dimensional, but in a great, purposeful way, and I really like that. As much as you can tell somebody was going to react a certain way, every joke caught me off guard, and it still made me laugh. Like, from the get-go, you see that Huey, the blue one, right? He's the hacker kid.
Yeah, because I think he even starts the boat at the beginning of the first episode.
Yeah, he's supposed to be all smart and everything. So every time he does something, you already know that it's going to be some kind of smart, intelligent, smart-ass clip or quip or something like that.
Yeah, he's going to use this, yeah.
And although I know that it's going to be in that, fashion, what he actually ends up saying, while it's still delivered in that fashion, it itself ends up being funny, and it all just, like, wraps up nicely. It's just in a nice little comedic present for you. Every couple of seconds, man.
They have a really good voice cast, too. Like, that's Ben Schwartz, the blue one. Huey, I think?
Yes. And then there was...
Louie is Bobby Moynihan.
Dewey is Danny Pudi, right?
Oh, wait, no. Huey, Dewey, Louie. I don't know anymore. The red one's Danny Pudi.
Okay.
David Tennant is Scrooge McDuck. Like, it's just... And Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be in the show.
It's the original Donald Duck, by the way, as well.
Yeah, or at least the one from the 1980s. So they got him
back.
So it's a good show. The first 2 episodes, which is like one big episode, is on YouTube on Disney's channel. So just check it out. It's good. And I was worried it was just going to be like a cash in basically,
right?
Or a modernized version that didn't really stick to the roots of the original show. But so far it seems like it is, and I'm looking forward to watching more of the episodes.
When I didn't go back and watch any of the old ones, but I watched Matt Pat talking about the new one because he did an episode on how big how big his money bin is.
Yeah.
And
how much gold does he really have or something?
Yeah. Or I'm not sure if how his worth, how much it holds. It was the important thing was figuring out the money bin size.
Yeah.
And and showing old clips of the old stuff interspersed with the new stuff because Disney apparently requested him that he does this.
Cool.
So they gave him the episodes long beforehand so he could do the episode. And yeah, just watching the clips from the old shows, that show had a lot of quality behind it for being just another weekday or weekly serving, for afternoon filler.
Yeah, I feel like Disney, they used to really put like a lot, and maybe they still do. I haven't watched any Disney XD shows.
Right. I have seen, they've gotten so big, it's to be expected. Some of those shows have a smaller budget, they're genericized, they get that kind of anime treatment where they might use a cell and adjust it just a little bit for like half the freaking episode.
Okay, yeah.
Where they get super economical with it. This show seems to be following a lot more in the vein of the old one. They're not hand-drawn, or I don't think that they're, hand-drawn frame by frame like the original one was. Because that's what tripped me out, is you go back and look at it, it's like, every single one of those frames is doing that squiggly line thing. Every one of those frames was drawn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this one, it's still a high-quality animation. I love the art direction that it went in. It's great.
Yeah, it's good. All right, so let's get to the actual video game news.
Man, went on for a while.
Yeah, we did. But Overwatch, we talked about it last week. Some characters are getting rework, like Roadhog and Junkrat. Those updates are coming today.
I didn't know that they were both happening so soon. I was not keeping up on the dates.
Yeah, they're both coming live today on the 29th. So is Team Deathmatch and Deathmatch. I guess they figured it out or something. But Mercy, this is not going live. Sorry, Mercy's rework is not going live. But they announced this last week that she's getting reworked. No longer will you see a Mercy res the entire team after D.Va ult takes out 5 of them. Which is so refreshing. Because it sucks to be like, okay, cool, we worked together. We got rid of the whole team. Oh, one person pushed Q. And now they're all back.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think the really big balance was, like, one person presses Q, gets rid of everybody. Another person presses Q, brings them all back. The next way to beat that strategy is just have another Q ready.
I guess it's just she can hide. Mm-hmm. People can, if they see D.Va's ult coming,
right,
they can get behind something.
They get behind something. They do their whole thing. So
you see a Mercy flying in. If you don't stun her, disable her in some way, she pushes Q and the whole team comes back.
Yeah, but again,
I know
the game was also never meant to be able to be turned off of one ult either.
But that's exactly what Mercy's ult is doing.
How's it? Yeah. Well, yes, I guess. But I feel like it's in a fashion that enforces that first rule. Because without the first ult happening, she can't do hers. You know what I mean? To wipe out the team. So she doesn't. She never nullifies it to begin with if that one doesn't happen. I feel like it still had its appropriate place in there, but it just sucked that, like, okay, the same. I pay the same price for saving only 1/6 of my team as opposed to 5/6 of my team.
Yeah.
And that's the part that really sucked.
All right, sorry. If you guys aren't aware yet, her rework is she's losing her ult. She can now revive one person at a time on a regular ability cooldown.
Yeah, every 30 seconds. Every
roughly,
half minute.
I think, yeah.
Well, from the boards and stuff that I've read, yeah, it's every half minute she's gonna be able to res. I feel that that's pretty freaking awesome. That's pretty cool.
It's one person, and now her new ult is called Valkyrie, where basically every part of her abilities are enhanced. So instead of like flying to teammates, she can now fly freely. Her pistol is a lot stronger now. I think it moves faster, the projectiles.
Right.
And then her healing beam and her empowerment, I forget what it's called, the blue one.
Yeah, the boost, the power boost.
Those are now more effective, and they're going to chain to other nearby allies.
So, like lightning rod kind of, like,
basically,
from one to another?
You can chain and heal. I'm not sure how many people it chains to, so,
These are pretty awesome and welcome things for somebody who's so spongy and light. I know that it's pretty easy for her to get around because of that whole mobility. But then again,
She
what's going
becomes
to
a
happen
flying
to
target because she floats. What?
what's going to happen to her guardian angel? Can she still zoom to everybody? Did they say any changes to that, or is that going to stay the same?
I think the change was that she can fly freely when it's active, but I think when it's not,
So she's
she has the
still gonna
same
be able to do.
ability. I'm
All
assuming
right.
you can fly to them even if you've ulted. But now you also aren't just going to be stuck on that line. This is the only way you're going to get out of that pit.
And then you can like fly around and
Yeah.
everything. That's pretty awesome. I like I said, the idea that you don't have to stick around and wait and hope that like 5 guys died on your team to make it really useful. You don't have to. You don't have to wait for. I've been saying it all, or I pointed out all the times like I just got ult and I died.
Yeah.
As Mercy, I literally got ult the second that last bullet like entered my body, and it keeps on happening and keeps on happening. You know, you're doing whatever your best to hide behind tanks, and you're hoping that they're going to keep the shields up, but sometimes that doesn't, work out the way you want it to.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's great that, okay, cool, now I don't need to be the focus, and I'm also not drawing the aggro because everybody knows at some point, like, hey, expect
keep an eye out
Mercy.
for Mercy.
Yeah,
her ult is
expect Mercy
probably
to be ulted. She hasn't done anything in a while. Now you're not looking out for her for that reason.
Yeah.
You still want to go after her because she can still res everybody. So I guess if anything, it's made it a more consistent threat. But at the very least, it's a more consistent threat. I'd rather deal with that.
Yeah,
something
and
more predictable.
her res cooldown I think is going to be shorter while she's ulting. So I mean, you still have the ability to res multiple people.
Yeah, you could. I'm assuming that you could res one guy. Ideally, do your ult if it's ready, and then that cooldown should be ready by the time at least once.
Another one or
within
two
that.
more people, I think, while you're ulting.
I
haven't looked at the numbers for that yet, but yeah, this is exciting. I actually want to pick up Mercy after this rework.
She's the only healer that I use anyway, which is great, and I've been using her. I've been trying to fill and counter as opposed to like. At first, I was just trying to learn Junkrat because his character was cool. Roadhog, his character was cool. Now I'm being, the more mature competitive player and trying to fill or counter for their comps.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing a lot of Mercy lately, and it's great. F all you other players who just won't pick a goddamn healer.
Yeah, it's really frustrating when you see a pair jump into a match and they both immediately pick a DPS. And it's like, all right.
Every once in a while, I'll still be like, okay, let's see if you guys will switch after I decide to be stubborn. I'll go DPS. It's like, if it's half the match, we only have the one healer and they're just doing okay. They probably would actually do great if they were also surviving and being healed.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
So then I'm, okay, I guess let me swallow the bullet. Entire game changes. It's like all you two buttholes need to do is
Which
change.
sucks too, because sometimes two people change. One of them was very meaningful, and then the other person's like, "Look what I did."
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we have to say about Overwatch. We've been talking about it quite a bit in our episodes, but it's very popular.
Actually, you know what though? We also got to talk about the season changes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
they're going from what is it, 3 months to 2 months?
To 2 months.
So there's going to be more seasons per year.
But you're getting less competitive points per season.
Yeah, I don't know.
The purple ones that you buy golden weapons.
Yeah.
With.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're going to be earning about the same anyway, though.
Uh-huh.
They're probably dividing it up so that you're getting, instead of...
You're going to get less per season, but is it going to amount to the same amount per year?
Give you the same potential.
All right. I kind of like the idea of having them shorter seasons. They're not as heavy or weighty, and you're still...
Yeah, if you rank low, you're not there for 3 months now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You're okay, cool. At the very least, I got just 30 days less of sitting there wallowing, which is a big deal when, only 4 of those, if it's 3 months.
Yeah, versus 6.
Yeah.
They also said they're going to be ranking you at closer to what you should be. Last season, I guess they had the idea, like, if you rank a little lower, playing your games, you should be winning because you're.
Yeah,
and
I
it
think
didn't
a lot
always
of
work
people,
out. And people were very, very like.
I feel like what happened with me. I feel I ended up with that lower ranking, and now while I have at this point, kind of like upped my game, and I realized, oh, okay, this is where the meta game comes in, and this is where the more deeper strategies come in.
Yeah.
Now that I'm at that level, I think it threw me at a lower level where it's like this is the point where people start learning those things. And everybody on my team doesn't
see that.
They don't get it yet. They're just still running in there just trying to go for kills or doing whatever their job is of their preferred character.
Yeah.
And they're still not sitting there like, oh, they have no tank? Let's go Winston. And just fry them all. Cool. Because that's...
Or like Orisa or Diva who could just unlimited...
Yeah. It just... I don't get it.
Yeah. Hopefully these changes will make things better overall. I know that they said they're going to be updating their punishments. They're hoping to be able to stop silencing people and either just suspend them or ban them. And it seems like they don't want to have to do this. They want the community to be able to police itself with reports. But when those reports don't do anything, when they don't carry any weight, then it's like then they have to step in. Yeah. I've had my fair share of frustrating teammates.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I play with Hate a lot, so it's all the time. Hate is not just a clever nickname. But
it's what I draw.
I hope the game as a community gets better, because and it's not just at silver, it's not just at gold, because I hear these stories in every ranking. Like, people in diamond will be like, oh, this is all diamond is people who think they're pro and don't listen to work as a team.
It's kind of weird that it's like basically everybody's got the same story. How
the grass
is
burning on every side of the fence. But yeah, I mean, Overwatch is a great game, and it's only been out for a year, and I really want this to continue being a great game. But if it turns into like League of Legends or Han, or I think even Dota 2, like it scares away all the new people because everyone's an asshole.
Mm-hmm. I was talking about Team Fortress 2 earlier on the stream today, and how
that game immediately
just a toxic all over the place.
Just seemed like elitism was swarming. All right, so I think that's enough Overwatch talk for now.
I still don't, but I guess.
You still don't what?
Shut up.
All right. The Nintendo Miiverse is closing. The cool place to hang out with your Miis and post weird rectangular art is finally ending. As
well as your I'm not gonna say confession, because it's not a confession, but I mean, now I know exactly who plays Splatoon is and isn't trans.
That's still there in Splatoon 2. But yeah, actually, Splatoon 2's lobby has had a lot of trans positivity. I think they said it was in response to a few people being jerks about it. So then some people were like super happy and positive, and then it kind of took off from there.
Yeah, I don't understand when the hate started or why it would have started.
I think it was like one or two people, and then some people were like,
but
what?
Whoa,
why?
Bro, I am very happy that it did turn out the way it did, because I do not ever want to be. It just shows how much less toxic some things are getting, you know? And that's just the community, just being the community.
Or how overwhelmingly positive, like, people can be. Like, all we saw was the reaction.
Right.
And we didn't see any of the anger or the hate.
Yeah, it was everywhere. And the only, annoyances that I saw after that were, we get it, you're trans, we don't care.
If you're a bad teammate, I hate you regardless of who you are.
Right.
Inside.
Right. I don't care if you're trans, ink your base.
Free real estate. But to get back to my original topic, Miiverse is closing. I think you can request any of the arts that you made through a special petition on there.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, so you can.
So they're not just gonna straight up shut it down, delete. That's it. If you want your stuff back, you can get it back.
I think I read that you can request it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. Some people made amazing artwork on those things.
Yeah, you said like Square art, but I mean seriously, there were some crazy works of art in that stuff.
Or like confessions, or people that want to date online there.
I never ever saw that, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be single if I did. No, I don't think a Nintendo system is where I want to be looking for dating.
It's like going to a bar and just
I think it's like going to a bar for 21-year-olds at my age.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a disparaging age gap. No, thank you.
All right, yeah. For those people that like Pokemon Go, no. Walking Dead has announced that they're making an augmented reality game.
I'm pretty sure there's a big overlap between those fan bases.
I like Pokemon Go. I like Walking Dead. I'm definitely going to check this out. But
yeah.
They're going to make an augmented reality Walking Deadian called Our World. That's all they just announced it. They didn't give any details yet. They didn't give any gameplay yet. So this is just kind of putting this out there. I'm probably going to check it out for a few weeks if and when it launches. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that's it. That's it for that piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really. Rock of Ages 2 launched very recently on the PS4, among other bits, but the bundle is what's causing us to talk about it. There's a bundle for Rock of Ages 1 and 2. A little
bit of, maybe not dirtiness, but a bit of an oversight.
An oversight, for sure. You can buy the Rock of Ages bundle, and it's 1 and 2 for $20. And it says, playable on PS4. The problem is that Rock of Ages 1 is not playable on PS4. It is only a PS3 game with no crossplay. Right. So if you buy that and you don't have a PS3, then you just pay $20 to add the game to your account, and you have no way of playing it.
Yeah, it doesn't say like it's a feature, and it's not trying to advertise it as a PS4 game, but we're in the list of one of those details lists where you look and it shows you, playable compatibility or what it's going to be played on. It does say playable on PS4 excludes PS3. It doesn't have it there. It just says PS4, making it look like it is a PS4 title. I looked at it and I was like, that is blatantly false advertisement. And Sana was like, no, it doesn't look like it's malicious. It looks like it was somebody just needs to update that ASAP, and that's what needs to apparently happen for it. So don't be I guess don't be fooled. Fooled still sounds intentional. Just be wary.
Just be aware of the situation. They're probably going to fix it and add it as soon as enough people say.
I have no idea how big Rock of Ages is. I feel like I should have some idea, but I
don't think it's very big. But the story, of the store being
having this issue,
like when the 5 stars Platinum Trophy game came out, they immediately were like, no, you got to get rid of the advertisement for that specific bit.
Yeah. But it's also not like it was falsely advertising, though. It was telling you exactly what was going to happen in it.
Yeah.
The problem with that one
was PlayStation. I think their store just needs to get their crap together.
I guess so.
Because the games that they let on there
they're having issues like this.
Well, not even that. It's just the quality of the games. It's shovelware now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for that little bit.
So, in YouTube-related news, one of my favorite YouTubers, JonTron.
One of my former favorite.
I don't know. I don't exactly remember how I learned or stumbled upon him, but probably I do remember. I remember before getting my last job, this was I had him just playing on his YouTube playlist for a while, and I fell in love with the guy JonTron, and it's been a long time since he's been uploading anything with his guys' normal boots, but just the other day, maybe 3 days ago, last week, they finally uploaded 2 videos. One of them is an actual video where he talks about Vanilla Ice. It's great. The subject of it is Vanilla Ice. And then his other video is explaining the absence. And, I mean, it's kind of weird. He had some controversy before he had left. And that was the last video that I remember seeing before the big gap of just nothingness.
Yeah, on your Twitter, he had some controversial remarks about immigration. Yeah,
it was odd. And then even after watching the video of his defense, I was trying to look up the whole thing, and I still don't know 100% what your opinion is, but I really wish you just shut up now. Like, I like you, stop it. But, no, I guess, I don't know if that's why he actually took this, this gap of silence, but...
If that's not why, it's awfully convenient.
Right, that's what I thought too, and I really did expect him to say anything about it from the get-go. Considering that I don't think that the other video was really prompted even. But, if anything, I guess, all right, he knows what he's learned. Or my boy's learned. All right, cool. Leave JonTron alone.
I think he's just trying to separate his online persona and his own possibly controversial beliefs.
Maybe.
Which is a smart thing to do. I mean, this personality takes over your life if you're big enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it would suck for... Everyone's entitled to their opinion to an extent. I don't think Nazis are entitled to those opinions.
Right.
But, and I'm not saying JonTron's a Nazi, I'm just saying you shouldn't necessarily get punished for your beliefs. And it seems like Twitter is the worst way to to explain them when you're limited to 140 characters.
Yeah. You don't get to... Yeah, right. That says it all. 140 characters doesn't really get the whole picture out there,
Yeah.
Another bit of news for us here at GameGo is we have a new reviewer, right?
Addition to the team.
There we go. Addition to the team.
We're up to about 212 subscribers on YouTube, and it feels like we're not covering all of our bases. So we decided to bring somebody in to help us with that. His name is he goes by McLaren online, so that's just what I'm going to refer to him as for now unless he's comfortable giving his name. But
I think we all are going by our online handles.
Yeah. He's going to be writing reviews for us, and that'll be available on the GameGo podcast website, GameGoPodcast.com. So far, the only thing we have on there, besides the podcast itself, is my review of Horizon Zero Dawn. So we're going to You're going to see more reviews, more written reviews
Hey,
specifically.
we got to get our YouTube playlist up there as well.
Yes, we do. But yeah, just thought you guys should know there's an addition to the team. You might be hearing him on the podcast sometimes. We'll get that ironed out, and yeah.
Look forward to it.
Yes.
I look forward to it. You should too. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Sano, come on, stop trying to make this stop happening.
Okay. Well, that's it for the news. Moving on to reviews. That rhymed.
Yeah, they did indeed. News and reviews, they have the same ending syllable.
Ooh.
This is true.
All right, so I've played a lot of The Evil Within. We both played Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
That game is toy.
It really is, and it's.
Do you want to talk about Rabbids first? Or
Let's talk about Rabbids first, because I want to get into this. It sucks when there's a game that you're really looking forward to or that looks amazing and you play it and it sucks. There's a new Assassin's Creed. It's set in just a hypothetical situation. It's set in like France during the Revolution or whatever. You know?
I'm liking it.
And you can play multiplayer. No women though, for some stupid reason. Hypothetical.
Okay.
And then the game is glitchy and broken. And everyone's
I'm
disappointed.
not liking the end bit.
Exactly, yeah. So it's refreshing when you have the opposite, almost the exact opposite situation occur, where this game is leaked and everyone's just kind of crapping all over it because it sounds like the dumbest thing ever. I'll agree. I'll admit I was skeptical at first.
I don't think you're the only one.
I think everyone was pretty skeptical. And then they finally officially announced it, and it looks cool, and people are kind of like, well, I mean, it's Rabbids though.
If there was one thing that unified everybody regarding this game, it was literally the same opinion left and right.
Ew, Rabbids.
Ew, Rabbids.
I noticed that you said
happening?
unified, though. Nice unity on Assassin's Creed. That was bad.
Shut up and keep talking.
So yeah, we played Assassin's Creed. We played Mario and Rabbids, Mario plus Rabbids, and this game exceeded every single one of my expectations. When we started talking about what the game actually is, we said this could be a good starter entry for kids who maybe would then get into XCOM.
Yeah, actually, that's what we...
Not necessarily true. This game is difficult. Playing XCOM, I don't know if I ever lost a soldier in the first hour or two, at least.
Yeah, you have lost like 3...
Both boss fights have gone down to my last character to 1 attack's worth of health.
Yeah, this is not just because it's got Mario on it, just because it's got Rabbids on it. Both of them, Mario kid friendly. Rabbids definitely for kids, I think now. Like
they do have some potty humor, but it's not like it's not too adult.
It's not if they don't go past PG, I don't think.
They do like DreamWorks stuff where there's nods to like maybe stuff that adult would get. But yeah,
but definitely they're basically video games minions.
Yes.
And I would never ever want to hand the control ever to anybody under 10.
There is an easy mode, and we're not sure what that does.
Right.
But it does have a rabbit leaning against a heart, like health.
Right.
So it might just make the game more accessible for somebody that's younger.
Yeah, but I still wouldn't like...
At its default difficulty, this game can punish you if you make a single mistake.
Yeah, it has the whole forecast thing like any other tactics game would. It has all sorts of percentages and numbers that you have to look at.
I'll say that it's easier to determine whether an attack is going to hit. For this game, for XCOM, the weapons, characters, range, all that factors into the accuracy percentage. In this, as long as you're behind cover, if it's half cover, it's a half chance of hitting. If it's full cover, 100% chance you're going to hit. I mean, you're not going to hit. But the cover takes damage, so it'll fall apart if you just hide behind a rock for 2 or 3 attacks. But yeah, this game is it's challenging, it's fun, and it keeps opening up in ways that I didn't expect it to. At first, it's just you're fighting them on a field, shooting, running around. Then they give you status effects on your weapons. You can push them back, and if they fall off the map, they're basically dead.
Yeah.
Then there's a piece of cover that if you hit it, will create a status effect on whoever.
Well, because it's got a bomb in it, right?
It's got the bomb that will push or burn.
There are crates that have bombs in it, and the bombs cause specific status effects. One of them is push. So yeah, if you blow up somebody taking cover who's dumb enough to take
Rabbids.
cover behind push bomb block, I guess.
Yeah.
Shoot the push bomb block, and then it explodes. They get blasted back, and just like Doomfist gets wall damage, if they bounce to that, same thing here.
Yeah,
If
they'll
the-
either fall off the stage and just die, or they'll take damage from hitting stuff.
And yeah, seeing these things happen, oh my god, just the glee, the giddiness that happens in your knowing that these things are successfully occurring.
Yes, and and then the references on the weapons. One of them is a little buggy that has yellow and green paints on it, and there's references to Jurassic Park.
Well, another one was
It says
called
"Get Jurassic in Gear" or something.
yeah.
Which is like, whoa.
Another one's called Hell in a Shell, and it looks like it's Bowser themed.
It's a Bowser themed weapon. Yeah.
Hell in a Shell. The I don't. It's crazy because it just seems so. It totally looks like this is just gonna be for children. And I
XCOM
mean
for kids.
children. Yeah.
My first XCOM.
Exactly.
But
That's
it's
that's all
not.
that it looks like. But then you play it, and there is absolutely nothing here that is really innately childish.
Except for the
as
setting.
far as the outside of what you see, hear, and
The cutscene.
and
Yeah.
read.
Well, let's see.
Let's
Yeah.
see, yeah.
Um.
Everything. Yeah. This is a very. This game is like any other game. Like any other strategy game. This is right. As far as difficulty, it looks like it's right there on par with Fire Emblem, with XCOM, with Tactics.
Without permadeath, I should mention.
Oh yeah, okay. Without permadeath, that is kind of sometimes a big turnoff for some. Some people are just divided on that, and so
Yeah.
I
haven't
guess
heard
that's
too
the
many
one
negative.
big thing.
Yeah.
But if you are okay with a game that doesn't have permadeath, a tactics game that doesn't have permadeath in it, and you can stand some zaniness, because that's about all. That's all you really need to suspend.
It's absurd.
Sometimes the music sounds like it was straight lifted from a Warner Brothers Looney Tunes cartoon.
It sounds like a Danny Elfman. There's a few levels that sound like Danny
very,
Elfman.
very much like you said. Like this sounds like it's out of Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, the music is great. For the most part, they consist of remakes of classic tunes that we've already heard, and there's some songs that are obviously original, but this thing is everybody who plays it, is going through the same set of emotions.
Yeah.
Why is this happening? Oh my god, I'm playing it. Why did I buy it? You know what? I'm glad I bought it. And like everybody seems to be going through that same process with this game.
Yeah, and the characters themselves, the whole game just looks great. There's water all over the first area, and it looks so refreshing.
I just want to be.
It's summer
in it
here,
the
and we
whole
want to go
time.
swimming in that water.
So bad.
And it's funny too. Like, I didn't expect to be laughing so much, but without too many spoilers, after you beat the first boss, the Rabbid Peach just starts taking selfies. And then at one point in one of the selfies, like, the boss is right up next to her.
It's
a
awesome.
selfie.
Every selfie is showing like a little bit of the frame action going on in the background.
falling too,
So
yeah.
he's falling in the background. He's suddenly up there taking a selfie with her. Back to falling in the background.
It was just a silly, it was funny, and it was cool to be able to enjoy something that is just silly instead of being super serious or frightening like the evil within.
It is. It's a palate cleanser, I guess, for us right now, and it also just even on its own right, like it just is such a good game. It's got depth. It's got skill trees.
Oh my
Mario
God,
has a
yes.
freaking skill tree.
Yeah.
It's got it's got some RNG to it. It's got plenty of strategy right there. Like when you're dealing with those big dudes, what were they called?
Oh, the Smashers or something.
Was it just Smashers?
Because I think one of our viewers said that you're getting smashered.
Okay,
or something
all right.
like that. Yeah.
Just big Rabbids that have massive clubs. They will only attack the person who last attacked them. And there's a couple levels where they throw a few of them at you, and it leads to some interesting force strategies.
I was done for.
Yeah.
I was surrounded by 3 of them. Managed to win. I just won. It was crazy.
This game is pretty damn good. There's a lot of crazy strategy to it, and it rewards you very much for humoring it.
Yeah.
Like don't take the game seriously, and like any other game, try to win, and the game will guide you along in that path. I'm not saying that this is easy. Like Sano said, he has played XCOM games where he didn't die for the first several hours of the game, and over here 2 boss battles left him with a sad lone Luigi and I think a rabid Peach
Mario
once.
was the last one. And I think, to be fair, I think I underestimated the game. I didn't take into account just how much damage they do versus how much you have.
It's
but
not.
This game is like
you can't just expect to coast even along in this game. It's not gonna. You can't just go on to the next enemy and mash them down and then go on to. There wasn't an easy formulaic way to just get through each of these levels yet.
Yes.
They made them easy in that you only had to kill so many enemies to finish to satisfy the requirement, or
in some levels, yeah.
Or some of the other levels just require you to get from one end of the map to the other and survive it. And yeah, like
it's scary.
It finds a different way to make those hard, and it's just you're not able to just walk on through like you might some other games. Not tactics games, though. I can't really think of easy tactics game. But this, like I said, this isn't going to be one of those.
Yeah, it's if you enjoy strategy tactic games like that, this game, you'd be crazy not to play it just because of the Rabbids. Like
you're gonna be happy if you enjoy tactics games. I think the only people who should shy away from it is really if I think if you look at the cover and it itself draws you away from it,
sick.
Like look if you look at that cover and just nothing on there appeals to you, because I mean it's not like it shows what you're going to be doing in the game or anything. It doesn't illustrate that it's
kind of like Splatoon in that it's just unapologetically like happy and it's enjoying what it is,
right?
And
without ever questioning.
Yeah, it invites you to, like, immediately it just starts going crazy. The first cutscene, like a minute or two in, and you're already like, things just fly off the rails and it never gets back on.
Like maybe for like you get a minute of establishing shot, and that is probably the slowest the pacing goes. After that, you're going through right after that you're going through some portal. You're getting how the hell you got into this world is being shown to you. You're being shown most of the characters like right away and then like fight immediately. It doesn't spend a lot of time just sitting there telling you what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and then there's some co-op stuff too. That's actually we've done like one map or two, and it's very fun. It's unnecessary though. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Just go through the campaign. But this game is just so good. There's nothing about it that you wouldn't enjoy. I think it's a good break from all the serious stuff, and it is probably like the most surprising game of the year, I think.
I've been going through tactics for like the last year to half year. Or sorry,
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem for like the last year or half year. Last year to half year and a half.
The last year to year and a half.
I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem on 3DS for a while. And sitting there playing this and looking at the similarities, like I didn't think I'd ever compare Mario to like Marth or freaking or any Fire Emblem character, but here I am. He's running. The red squares are where he can attack. Blue is where he can run.
And it's cool because you can pull out of like above the battlefield and just look at. This is where everybody can move and attack.
Like a tactics game.
It just how easy that the map was, the tactical map. And like locking onto an opponent so you can actually scan off of them.
Yeah.
It's just so easy and like all the information you could need is right there.
It is not baby's first.
Yeah.
Strategy
and it's
game.
crazy the stuff you can pull off because if you run through an enemy, you can then run back to your allies. Jump off of them to get to higher ground or to move further than you normally would be able to, open fire on that enemy. And it's just, what did I do? I jumped off of somebody, landed next to a pipe, threw a bomb in the pipe. It came out the other end, blew them up.
Yeah.
And it just, the combination of moves, I shot at somebody they had an ally between me and them, and the ally actually ducked down to like not get shot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The game just, it continues to surprise cool. and overjoy. Yeah, like it's so good.
Every character has like
their own archetype.
Yeah. In more ways than one, both in gameplay. And I was actually going to talk about animation personality. Their like she's a Rabbid Peach. She's such a sassy little bitch. Like she's just everything she does. She has this like posh stance about it, and I'm over this.
When she sees the real Peach, she's like judging the quality of her dress.
She tries to smell her and disapproves of her scent. She grabs her dress even and is like, oh, okay, this thing's made out of this cheap stuff.
And she's wearing like a shirt.
Yeah, essentially just a shirt with a blue jewel on the front to signify that it's related to Peach.
The Luigi Rabbid.
What does he do?
He's just dopey as hell.
He looks like Theodore.
Yeah, from the Chipmunks.
Chipmunks.
And Luigi, he's immediately portrayed as being like the scared weakling.
But then, like,
But he's the sniper.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Awesome. Yes. Everybody has their own like point on the team, and it's just it's good. And we've gotten 4 characters. There's 4 more, I think.
Right.
And I cannot wait to see what they do.
Yeah.
And there's 4 worlds.
It's a great game. We've been like 3 hours, 4 hours ish.
Probably 3 or 4. Yeah.
About 3 or 4 hours into it. We're excited to keep going on with the rest. We're so happy to see that, it is just a good game. It is not some cash grab with Mario and Rabbids slapped on it. It's a cash grab with Mario and Rabbids slapped on it that is doing its cash grabbing job, and it's a good game.
I don't know if it's sad or funny, but I find Mario and Rabbids way more entertaining than I ever found Mario and Sonic.
I think that is sad. I mean,
yeah.
Rabbids even now are not, anything that Sonic ever was.
Yeah.
I don't know if even as Sonic is now, if Rabbids are as popular as Sonic is now.
I know what you're trying to say, yeah.
Right?
Sonic Mania is like the first good Sonic game in so long.
And I'm saying even prior. Let's take the time dial back to just before Sonic Mania comes out. I don't know if Rabbids are even more popular than Sonic then.
Ouch. All right. Yeah, maybe you're right.
That's what I mean. But you're right. This encounter is better than any that Mario ever had with Sonic at the freaking Olympics.
Anyway, so that's our review for Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Giving it an ugly number, I'm going to give it like 8, 9?
8.5 or 9.
I'm never ever going to give a game a 10. I've never seen an absolutely perfect game. I don't see any really glaring issue. You know what? I'm going to give it an 8. Those camera angles that come up, they come up frequently enough that it is a bother.
Not just that, but also when you're moving the cursor, sometimes it can get kind of finicky and like hop from the terrain. Because the terrain's separated sometimes, so it hops from one part to another, and it's kind of...
Like in elevation?
Not just that, but like also in the angle that it goes at because of the elevation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a little finicky sometimes, but overall, it's a very minor issue. The game is very enjoyable. I give it an 8.5. He gives it an 8, so I mean... It's definitely worth...
I had to, think about it right now for a couple seconds to find problems.
More importantly, do you think it's worth the $60?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is absolutely a full price title. There's no question about it.
Cool.
It's got every argument that I've ever had, it's in 3D, it's fully rendered 3D.
The characters look gorgeous, too, by the way. They look like amiibos, which already look like the characters, but they look just like... They don't look poorly made. They don't move funnily. Even...
They don't look like plastic like it used to back on PS1, PS2 when they were trying to look
even
realistic.
PS3. Like this, it looks so good.
It's a great, beautiful looking game on the eyes, and yeah, like I said, I had to try. I'm struggling to find problems with it, but it does have some. Just when you're going into battle, sometimes the camera angle that it cuts to feature your badass shots. Instead of seeing a really cool angle, you'll watching
see the silhouettes through a cliff.
Yeah. Because the camera got caught behind one of those smashing blocks that are destructible.
Another point for the game, though, like as far as movement in the models, DK Rabbid was kind of already announced and advertised.
Yeah,
he's on the cover, and the way he moves, it's just like a gorilla.
Like an actual gorilla.
I think he moves more like a gorilla than I've ever seen Donkey Kong move. Like a gorilla.
Yeah.
It's really good. This game is just nonstop thrills and fun. So please check it out.
Right.
All right, so the next game that I was been playing is The Evil Within.
Yeah.
Last week, 8BitHero here reviewed Resident Evil 7, and this is from the guy that made the first games, Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
And there's even some small tributes to it. Like there's a scene that is almost a remake of the scene where you meet your first zombie in Resident Evil 1. Like it's bent over,
up shot for shot, but
it's bent over, and then you're like, what is that? You go up to it, and it turns, and it's the body's on the floor. You see it from the left side. It has a lot of the same
qualities and technique.
Yeah. And the game, it feels like if Resident Evil 1 and 4 had a baby. It feels a lot like Resident Evil 4 in that there's early on, there's a lot of village scenes. You're in a village exploring, and at one point you even get trapped inside this, basically a large square with buildings in it.
Okay.
And you have to try to kill them all, all the villagers, all the villagers, like a Resident Evil 4 game, or a Resident Evil 4, and then kill one with a chainsaw, which was a big thing in Resident Evil 4, and then use a chainsaw to escape. There's other scenes where you're in like a hospital or sewers or tunnels or like a church graveyard. The game just exudes Resident Evil. Last week we were talking about how they could just do a loose series of events tied together by common themes, and call the series Resident Evil, the same way that Final Fantasy does, but to greater success, I assume. This could be Resident Evil mindfuck. Like, the game, it just, everything about it screams, like, instead of finding gold and just buying it from some weirdo in a hood, you go into this weird hospital wing that you teleport there by mirror, and then you basically get stabbed in the brain and use this brain juice to upgrade your abilities.
Juice.
Not just your abilities, but like, how many bullets does this pistol hold? How accurate is it? How fast does it take you to shoot or reload? If this game is anything like Resident Evil 4, if I finish upgrading that pistol, it'll have like a special effect added to it.
You're gonna get so mad when it doesn't.
If 5 didn't do it, so I don't expect it, but the game being the way that it is, it would be cool. It just, and it's creepy, especially if you're wearing like headphones with the sound coming through them, and
it does a good job with its ambience.
Oh my god!
All right.
Yeah, I even fought something with a safe on its head. It was basically like a poor man's pyramid head.
I am Cube Cranium.
Pretty much. And finally beating it, like that scary fight. It just was very satisfying. Everything about the game does well to like unnerve you. Even when you're not really in any danger. There are some parts that are like kind of annoying to me personally. Like, I was standing in a hallway walking towards the door, and it started kind of like fluttering, like your mind is hallucinating basically. And I understand the effect they're going for. It just, for me, that doesn't really do it. And it's not easy on the eyes, and it's irritating more than anything.
Oh, okay.
But everything else about the game, like, and it's not super crazy over the top like the newer Resident Evils. This is very much like 4 and 1, where there's one antagonist that you're seeing. There's even an unkillable enemy, or nearly unkillable enemy. Lisa Trevor in the first game.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
There's a woman that's like has long hair and has like spider limbs, basically, or spider-like limbs. She's very difficult to kill, and I didn't know I was supposed to run away from her until the game finally is like, you can kill her, but please don't waste all your ammo. Run away. You can run away, and that's easier. It's
a solution to get away from her.
Yes, and then finally killing her was so satisfying. But that was later. That was chapters later. But yeah, everything about the gunplay, I basically could be Leon, because the guy's name's Sebastian Castellanos or something.
Okay.
So it's like Hispanic Leon Kennedy.
Yeah, instead of Leon Kennedy.
It's fun. And actually, I got the game for $5.
It was on sale on PS Online? Or?
Steam, I think. Humble Bundle had it for sure. PlayStation Network had it for $5 because of QuakeCon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
So a lot of Bethesda's games were on sale. That one was the biggest discount, and honestly, I don't have a lot of money to spend on games, especially for one as old as that game. So that was a good deal. But even now, I would pay $30 for it. Like, after
knowing
how good it is and how long ago it came out, I would pay $30, maybe even $45. Like, it's good. I just don't have the money to be dropping $60 on every game.
Yeah, you could still call it like a success or a spiritual successor to Resident Evil with no problem, right?
It is.
It feels like the same gameplay, an original setting.
It feels a lot more like Resident Evil 4 than I think 7 does.
Okay. Which I guess is
Resident
not...
Evil. It's not a bad thing. They're both very good games in their own way, but this definitely...
It's another suspense horror game, but because it's from that same guy, it's in the style of Resident Evil.
Yeah. And it seems to be going more for like psychological horror, but there is a lot of stuff that is
biological.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. But there is still a lot of body horror stuff. Like that guy with the safe.
Yeah. He
actually like pulled the safe off and basically like broke his own neck so that he could respawn behind me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He has a bunch of safes littering the floor, so when you kill him, he'll come out of one of those, basically.
Okay.
So I was in a room that he couldn't get into, but there were safes over there. So he just pulls his own head off. Gore and everything. He dies, and then the safe behind me gets up. And I was like, oh, you tricky bastard.
Yeah, all right.
But the game is fun.
Man, I need to give that one... Or maybe just rewatch the archives.
Yeah, it's good. The voice acting is a lot better than... anything out of one.
When I was moderating, yeah, I did notice, like, while I was doing some Photoshop stuff, I was listening, and I noticed after a while you even stopped talking, and I was like, am I watching, like, what, did I go into YouTube autoplay onto something else or what? Because it felt very, drama, movie-esque, and then I look up and no, sure enough, it's still the game. And that's even when I made the comment. It's like, well, I haven't been really paying attention, but if nothing else, this has really, really great voice acting, at least.
There are some motivations that are for the characters that are like a little questionable, but I mean, in true Resident Evil fashion, I have not finished the game yet. I'm a few hours. I'm hours into it. But there's probably a good explanation for the way the characters are.
Okay.
And then you're also even finding like dossiers full of newspaper articles, photographs, a map of the city you're in called Crimson City, Crimson with a K. And it's like, of course bad things are going to happen in that city.
Is Mortal Kombat involved?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. But no, it's a good game. It's creepy. And if you like Resident Evil 4, you need to play this game.
You think Resident Evil in general? Like, if you're a fan of those games? Silent Hill, Res...
if you played Resident Evil 1, and then you didn't like 4, then maybe this isn't the game for you, because it definitely feels more like 4. But if you're fine
with the transitions that it started making,
yes, and it's not over the top so far.
Okay.
This one might. There's even a point where it's like, I got chased by this huge mutated dog. I shot it. It got knocked out, and one of my partner dropped his glasses. So then the dog gets back up and is like, you have to go get my glasses because I can't see.
Oh, jeez.
It was like, are you serious? But then it wasn't like an over-the-top, shoot it till your last bullet's gone, thing. It was, go get the glasses, hide from it, please, and then get back over here. It was a lot simpler than I expected it to be, but like playing Resident Evil 5 and 6, I expected it to just be like,
boss fight.
This is going to go on forever. And it really didn't. So that was a nice touch, a good surprise. But the game... as it is now, I think it's definitely worth it. I didn't buy the DLC, but like, with how much fun I'm having, I think I need to.
That's cool, man. That's got it at a steal. There's more content for it, I guess, to push. Especially 2.
Yeah, and I'm wondering too if after beating it, will there be kind of some more what's the word, campy kind of New Game Plus stuff to it.
Okay.
I wonder if I'll be able to jump back in with all of my current upgrades and stuff. Or...
Right. If it's got any replayability.
Yeah, or maybe like you can replace all the zombies with
tofu.
Yeah, something crazy, something weird.
Sushi instead for no reason.
Like I know in Resident Evil 4 you could like throw golden eggs or sell them. Like that was kind of weird. This game doesn't really have too much of that, as far as I can tell.
No, nothing weird or zany, offbeat.
Yeah, so far. Well, I mean, I'll time will tell. If you want to see me play through the game, it's on GameGo, our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GameGo livestream.
There you
go. And I'm going through the series. At first, the first episode is like 3 chapters, but they're establishing, so they're very short. And now it's like an hour and a half for 1 chapter. So
yeah,
it is a bit of a ride, but I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you will too.
It's good times.
Yeah. All right, so those are the games we were talking about. We played them. Looking forward to some of the releases coming out this week, though. On Thursday, there's a game for the Switch called League of Evil. Apparently, it's like Super Meat Boy, so it's like a platformer with crazy hazards.
Those are always good.
Yeah, that's coming out Thursday, August 31st, along with Life is Strange Before the Storm. That's coming to PC, Xbox
I need to get... That's the second one, right?
And PS4. This is a prequel with like 3 episodes. Yeah.
Okay, I need to get on that game.
Yeah, I heard it's good. I think I tried it. It didn't really pull me in, but maybe I'll try it.
I want to do that one. I want to do that one with the animals. And I want to do all of them.
All the games. All right, Tuesday, September 5th, Lego Worlds is coming to the Switch. It's out right now on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, but it's coming to Switch.
Yeah.
So there's another fun game. Apparently, it's like Minecraft with the story.
Yeah. After looking at the Metacritic scores, like 65, 60 something.
It's not
whatever-ish.
Doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem too bad. I don't know if it's worth the $60 though. And then Wednesday, September 6th,
the big one,
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
We my friend McLaren, actually, he made a clan for GameGo podcast. So if you're playing Destiny 2 on the PS4, you can join us. We're going to be doing the raids, all the fun team activities.
What was it? GameGo, just GGP?
GGP, I believe, is the tag, but the clan itself is called GameGo Podcast. Actually, if you guys want to add me to play Destiny 2, it's my PSN username is OWA415. It's OWA415.
We'll put it in the description of the episode.
Yeah. And we can do raids and PvP and all the strikes, all the new stuff, man. This game, I've been waiting for this one for a while. Very excited to play it finally. I'm going to be a Warlock first, maybe Titan after that, and actually, Hunter is really fun. I tried it in the beta, and the Hunter for the first time really drew me in. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
What was it which Griffin McElroy had up?
Griffin, I think he said he was a Titan first and foremost.
Okay.
But right. Now he's kind of up in the air because I think he tried all the classes. And
yeah, I saw him going back and forth on his tweets.
Yeah, the Warlock has the Flame Blade. The the Titan has a Captain America shield.
Uh-huh.
It seems really cool. And then the Hunter has basically a bow staff. You can dance around with it across the field and just start smacking enemies all over. That's just one of their subclasses, though. So there's 3 for everybody. Game looks super exciting. Cannot wait to play it. Hopefully, I'll see one of you guys on there.
I don't know if I'm going to get into this one this time, but...
It's... If you play this, you might not play anything else for a bit. So,
I got enough things that I need to play.
For the sake of GameGo, maybe it's best you don't. We need somebody to stay out.
You don't get to play this.
You need to be the guy holding the rope to pull me out.
All right.
But yeah, this should be a lot of fun. Not a whole lot of releases that are really worth mentioning this week. But that's it. And that's it for this week.
Even if there were, I'm pretty sure Destiny's going to eclipse the hell out of everything else.
Yeah.
I was never a huge fan. I understand the hype, and after seeing what games like Borderlands and
this is Borderlands up till 11. Division. There we go. After also
seeing
not
games
well
like that,
done. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't as well done. I didn't think, but yeah. Still,
but yeah.
Now, like after seeing those games, like okay, it's gonna be one of those. I guess maybe I'll skip this one.
And it seems like a lot of quality of life changes too for this game. People say it looks like Destiny 1, but it's like the game was fun.
More convenient.
What do you? Yeah, just fix the things that were inconvenient. And yeah, that's it for us this week, though.
Yeah.
At GameGo Podcast, we'll. This is Sonorith.
This is H8Bit.
And we'll see you guys. Nope, just kidding. We need to talk about where you can reach us. If you have questions, comments, concerns, email us at gamegopodcast@gmail.com. Leave a comment on the website, gamegopodcast.com. And we're on YouTube now. Very, very, very prominently.
We're getting more and more prominent on there.
Yeah, that's youtube.com/GameGo livestream.
If you enjoy YouTube streams, if you enjoy live streaming,
and
you enjoy watching people go from the bottom and get their...
If you want to be there at the beginning of the climb, we do engage with our audience in live streams pretty well. And everyone there is pretty friendly. And we're on Twitter at GameGo11. So just reach out to us, check it out.
We've got various methods for you to get to us.
Yes.
You can now just search GameGo Podcast or GameGo Livestream in Google, and we're showing up on the front page now.
Yes. So it's very exciting. Things are happening. It's been like 4 months since we started, and this is a journey that I do not want to end.
Not anytime soon, anyway.
And so for anyone listening, thank you, because you guys are the ones making this possible.
Thank you guys very much.
Very, very much.
The listeners, the viewers,
and the family that is very supportive.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's it for this week. Sonorith and H8Bit signing out.
See you guys. See you guys next week, and thanks a lot.